Hello and welcome back to Down the Track. Today we'll be discussing Punjab versus CSK. I have with me my buddy, big Punjab fan, Ashish. How are you doing, man?
I'm good, bro. How are you?
I'm doing well. You don't seem as happy as you are actually.
No, I am. All my excitement is cooled down now.
Cool down. A great win for Punjab. You called it yesterday. This is the first time and last time I'm going to give you credit that Livingstone is going to smash it. And like normally you're very lucky, but today, you've got the prediction finally right. And
Yeah.
it was a great prediction. But if you just look at Punjab's performance, they lost early wickets, but they continue to attack and they have batting till the end, so they're more confident this time around. Of course, there will be games where they will get all out or early, like against KKR. So they will have games
Yeah.
like that, but more often than not, it's a dangerous team. You don't want to come up with a team like this. And if you look at Liam Livingstone, how would you look at his batting?
Oh, he was amazing today, and he knew like when Basto is right there, he's in squad now. He
Yeah.
has to come up with something, and he came around with all three-dimensional game he showed us, and he was there for us. So it's amazing how Punjab is playing the brand of cricket they're showing. Even if the wickets are falling, these guys just come in and just want to hit every ball out of the park. It's like double edged. You can get out cheaply, just we
Yeah.
saw in the last game, and it can also you can get 180 scores. But all we need is one anchor, and Mayank and Shikhar. I think Shikhar was doing good. He was staying in there,
Hmm.
and they built a partnership with Liam. And but like lower order contribution also matter. So Odin Smith after the first game he has to pick it up, but he was good with the bowling, so I can't complain about Punjab's team today.
Yeah, I mean, like if I look at the batting, you need someone in the middle order to step up. That's what Livingston did. And tell us a bit about Jitesh Sharma and Vaibhav Arora. Both of them, a bit unknown quantities. They come in and
Surprise packages,
yeah,
surprise packages.
they played a crucial role. Without their roles, maybe it would have been a much closer game. You never know, right? Like even though Liam Livingstone hit 60 of 32, those two contributions I felt really surprised Chennai. And I've noticed something with Chennai. I don't know if you've noticed it, with Dhoni in particular, that when there's some unknown players, they panic a bit. Like it was Badoni in the last game against CSK, and now it was these two guys. So how did you like these two performances?
They were really good for the debut. These guys were amazing. Weber was swinging the ball crazy, and it was good captaincy as well by Mayank, giving him all the 4 overs up front. And then I heard like Jitesh Sharma is a good hitter, but when he came in, he drove the first ball down the ground. I was like, okay, it's like it's just the nerves. And then he hit Moin for a six, and then then that's how you announce as a player, like, okay, I'm here in the big league and I have to show my worth because the team is trusting. Uh, I like how Punjab did their scouting.
Hmm.
It's so not only Gambhir doing scouting, we are also scouting for players. And now I can go on with these guys and say like they are better than Badoni and every other guys.
Yeah,
And especially the call which Sharma took
Mhm.
for Dhoni's DRS because that guy was confident. Even Rahul Char didn't know what to do,
Yeah.
and he was just going on and on. Just take the review, and he got us the wicket. It's a pure keeper's wicket for me.
Yeah, 100%. And if you look at the bowling performance as well, Weber was brilliant. He was
Yeah.
swinging the ball, and we were all talking about Prasidh Krishna, Umesh Yadav, and stuff. We didn't know much about him. I don't know if you knew. We didn't know much about him going into the IPL, but he's really grabbed the limelight, and this is what the IPL is for, right? Young Indian players making their name, and I felt the way he bowled, he was extremely accurate. He gave the Chennai openers nothing. Uthappa was looking good, but he got him out as well. And his action as well is a bit. It's not too. It's a bit difficult to pick. I feel so that helps him. But the control he had over his swing was brilliant.
Yeah, and he could swing both the ways. It's really like a gift if you can swing both ways because you become more lethal.
Yeah.
And how he was setting it up for the other batsman as well. So he was edging the opening batsman. I want to talk about Rutraj Gaikwad, the top run getter in the last season, and he's not even getting off the mark, or just he's getting off the mark and getting out. So something wrong with Gaikwad and his approach. What do you think?
This is why you have to be very careful when selecting an Indian
Indian
team.
teams and
This is
but he
why.
wants
I mean,
Gaikwad to be in
me
the
and you
squad.
have been like telling a lot of people that you can't like just go like that, right? You have to be
Yeah.
very careful because there's two things. One thing, international cricket is a bit different, and also in IPL, you always see, like, I wouldn't say one season wonders, but you'll have a particular player smashing it in one season. The next season, people know more about him, and he doesn't have the same level of form. It's difficult to be that consistent. Even Venkatesh Iyer in the same boat as Gaikwad. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know whether it's him missing Faf du Plessis, but it's also, I feel that the teams are maybe figuring him out a bit. He's also not in form, so two things at once helping. But he had a really good Ranji Trophy season, so I'm kind of surprised with his form right now. But it is what it is. He has to come back stronger now. I think teams are finding his weaknesses, especially getting that edge outside off stump, holding that line in length,
Yeah.
and he'll have to work hard. Like, the teams work hard to find your weakness. Now you have to work hard to strengthen that weakness and go on. And yeah, him, Venkatesh Iyer, both will have a big challenge ahead, because there's a lot of talk about them. Prankit Jain, our big follower, he's here every day. He's saying, hey, thank you so much for joining. Please ask your questions. We have a big Punjab fan, so you can ask him any questions as well. But yeah, with Gaikwad, very disappointing, man. But hopefully he'll come back. He's a talented kid.
Yeah, but I feel like that's why when you're selecting for India, you have to check the players who are more consistent. That's my policy. Like anyone who's consistent with the bat over the seasons is better than having one season wonder or a guy who's just failed in you and getting.
But the thing is, for example, right? Like, he's not working right now, right, Gaikwad?
Yeah,
But now you go into Umesh Yadav is working, but next season it might be the opposite. So
yeah,
it's very tricky. So they have to go with form, but also your right experience as well. You have to have someone Umesh Yadav is maybe less of a risk because he's played for India, whereas Gaikwad hasn't played as much. So maybe that's where they have to be a bit smart. But I think that's why selectors are paid, man. It's not that
yeah.
easy.
Even I'm talking about the guys like Chahal and Kuldeep Yadav. Like they had one or two bad seasons, but Chahal has been performing amazingly for all the seasons, right? And but he still didn't get the place in last year's World Cup. So that's a talking point because we went for Varun Chakravarti and he got smashed in every game he played because we went for mystery rather than being a dependable bowler.
Yeah.
So those kind of guys I'll probably trust to go in the Indian side rather than like playing every time or whenever there's something big coming up and these new guys are coming. Now you have to stick with the dependable and experienced players, and it's a good thing Punjab is getting settled players. All the new ones are coming in. But it's really amazing to see Punjab playing a brand of cricket which is unknown, and it brings me back to Sehwag days. Uh, yeah,
I like how you put that. It is true though that this team does look fun to watch, and they
yeah,
will be dangerous. At times they will have problems, but I think overall people are stepping up. And then when you have young Indians stepping up, that means you're on the right track. Prankit saying he's a Rajasthan Royals fan. Yeah, no, I was mentioning Ashish, who's with us now. He's a Punjab fan, so you can ask him questions. And 108 meters six. Your thoughts on that, Ashish?
he's amazing. Rajapaksa, you like, you have to find a reason for all the foreign players to sit to get Bairstow in. So that's the situation. Or everyone pegged, and even me pegged like Rajapaksa should sit out. But when that guy bats, he just do something crazy. He hit a like a six, like of the second, third ball, and then you're like, wow, this guy got talent and he can hit. So it's difficult to drop anyone right now, and Bairstow has to wait for his chance.
Yeah, and I don't mind the way he's playing.
Yeah,
People got upset that he hit a six, he got out, is wasting his talent. It's not wasting his talent. This is how he plays, and
yeah,
you have batting there, so he's not wasting time. Like even that 30 of 9 against KKR, you would want him to capitalize, but it's not. But the way Punjab are set up, you have enough players to come out and contribute as well. It wasn't Rajapaksa's fault that they got all out for 130 or
yeah.
whatever, right? They needed Livingstone to step up like he did today. They needed Shah Rukh Khan to step up. So he's doing his job. He has a specific role, and I think he should just stick to it. You can criticize him when he doesn't work, but that's the way he plays.
Yeah, and having a left-hander in the squad because we have all the righties coming following after him, except
Yeah.
Rabada. So this is like it's a surprise package for us, I would say, because no one heard about Rajapaksa who he is, but in the two previous games he showed us like he can hit a six because he won us the game. Apart from his contribution, like 20 balls 40 something in the
Yeah.
first game, that changed the game, and we chased on 200 plus, and last game also 9 balls 31. it shows like there's a talent over there, and this guy can perform in whenever there's wickets down early.
He's a unique player because he's
Yeah,
doing this a bit more consistently now, and he's a unique player. Like, you won't have that many players in every team. So he's a unique player. Prankit Singh Dubey played well, and there's something there, right? When Dhoni is batting, he's slowing everything down, and the left-hander at the other end is hitting. We've seen that before. We've seen that before. Maybe not in the yellow jersey, but we've seen that before. I will get to that as well. You think my prediction was Punjab Kings yesterday, and great prediction, man.
my prediction is Punjab team every game.
Every game, Punjab.
Every game I support them.
But yeah,
So
I think the only thing I would say is that Rabada needs to check those no balls. That's the only thing, because he's
yeah,
such a great bowler. You don't want him. He bowled a couple of like unnecessary no balls. It didn't really affect them. But if you just want to be very critical, that's the only thing I could find. Otherwise, it was a really good performance.
yeah,
Livingstone, man, with the bat and the ball and in the field, great. This is what you wanted from him, and I'm very happy that he's made his mark in the IPL, because before this game, Rajasthan Royals, even the first two games for Punjab, he did, like, it looked like he's going to go for Bairstow. He's like, these conditions are not suiting him, but he's shown what he is. He's a proper
yeah,
utility player, and they spent a lot of money on him. So, I mean, I'm
yeah.
happy for him.
And he was connecting the ball in the previous games as well. It's just like after getting 20 odd, and he just
Yeah.
to throw the wicket away. But today he showed like he can stay there, and he was hitting sixes and boundaries for fun. The good thing was Mayank's call of getting him, because all the five bowlers were bowling good, but he got him as a sixth bowler coming in, and then he changed the whole game by taking that amazing catch, as well as getting other guys out. So Livingston is like a complete package, and that's what we needed all the time. Like we went for Maxwell to do that thing, but Maxwell was on and off. But Livingston, over the period of 3 games, I can see like there's progress. So we just hope like he goes on and score more runs for Punjab.
Yeah, 100%. And let's talk a bit about Chennai Super Kings, defending champions, 3 losses. It's Things are looking a bit shaky now. After 2 losses, there was still hope and everything, but Jadeja won the toss this time. They bowled. Unfortunately, Mukesh Chaudhary got hit. Even Dwayne Bravo got hit. Pretorius, I feel he's a very good bowler, but more than their bowling, their batting disappointed me. Right, like no one stepped up. They still have some good batsmen there, but what we thought of CSK last year is coming true this year. It's a team. Rusty players. Uttapa doesn't
Yeah.
play regularly. Raidu doesn't play regularly. Shivan Dubey is in and out of domestic, and it's just Moin Ali there, Jadeja, and even Dhoni doesn't play, right? So there's a lot of rusty players there, and you can see that now from Chennai Super Kings.
Yeah, even the injuries have made the team more like worse, because you keep in there Deepak Chahar, who's the expensive buy for them. He's not playing, and these guys. I think Jadeja missed the trick. He thought the dew's gonna come in, but there was no dew, and so that benefited Punjab in a very good way. So they were waiting for the dew, but it was not there, and especially Dhoni's batting. I don't know. I'm a huge Dhoni supporter, but like the day, like I was seeing him, I was happy because it was against Punjab. Had it been some other team, I would have been like, "What's happening? Why is
You
doing this?"
did you did say one thing. You got the Liam Livingstone absolutely correct, but Dhoni you got horribly wrong. You said Dhoni is going to hit.
I said he was gonna win it for Punjab. I said that.
Punter has
He
joined
gave
us.
one
He
shot.
always he always tells he picks, like, man of the matches from the losing side. Even I'm going to pick man of the match from the losing side today, and it's Dhoni this time for winning the game for Punjab. That's what he did. Look, I understand wickets are went. It will sound harsh on him, because it was already 4 wickets down, asking run rate, but the intent needs to be there. You can't be blocking it. Like, get
Yeah,
out if you can't hit it, but the intent needs to be there. That's all I'm gonna say. I understand, like, last 2 games he played amazing, so I'm not gonna take that away from him. I think he finished the game really well. He got a 50 as well for CSK, but I just feel that that intent was a bit lacking. It's not his fault that they lost the game entirely. You need someone in the top order, like, Faf and Gaikwad. That was the partnership for Chennai.
yeah,
It wasn't Dhoni winning them games last season. It was these two. So that's where they're losing games. It's not because of Dhoni, but I just like to see more intent from him.
yeah. And they do need Faf, but they let it go. And you can see like what Faf can do in RCB. He's just performing. He's the captain. So I think our CSK missed the trick over there, and it's the top order is shaky because the ball was swinging and the guys didn't know what to do. Jadeja coming at 5. I think like he should bat one down, give Dubey the chance because both are lefty, and Dubey is more like a batsman, and then Jadeja is a good all rounder. But I'll still keep Jadeja for the last overs. But Dhoni, on the other hand, he didn't show the intent. I think the spinners who came in as soon as Dhoni arrived, so that put him a lot of pressure because the subconscious mind of his he gets out on spinners, so he was just defending them and taking singles. He was happy to take singles, whereas in the other end, Shivam Dube was trying his shots, and some came off, some didn't. So
Just like 2019.
just like 2019, and I can say that because it's Punjab, so some of the day
You
I
know,
was.
yeah, like I mean, yeah, I was also I wasn't shocked. Like I've seen him do this before. It's just that for Chennai, it'll be very upsetting.
Yeah,
They want to see intent, right? And you had batting, you had Bravo, Pretorius, and Jordan still to go. So
yeah.
I just feel that he should have gone for it. If you get out, you get out. It's okay, but we should have gone for
But I
it.
think that's the way Dhoni plays. He takes the game to the end, and then
Where? But where did he take
uh,
the game?
in the past experience against Punjab, he took the game 1/25. He hit except tail for four, five, sixes.
I know, but
So that's
he,
the other Dhoni we are talking about. But that's his trademark. He takes the game deep, and then he try to finish it in the last 3 overs
no, but
because
you
he
know what I
knows.
was surprised he showed intent in the last two games. He hit from ball one. He hit a first ball six in the last game against Lucknow. So that's why I was
Were they
surprised.
chasing or were they setting a target?
They were chasing.
No,
No, they were setting
I
a
think
target.
it's
Sorry, they were
setting
setting a target.
that's totally different because when you're chasing, you have to be like
No,
thinking
but
that.
even then in the World Cup against West Indies, when they were setting a target, he slowed it down. So, but he like what I'm saying is that he still has shots in his locker. So if
Yeah,
he takes them out, he can still put pressure on the opposition. But I don't want to be too harsh on him because it wasn't just his fault. You have to just look at
yeah,
that top order. No one contributing except for Dubé. So you have everyone has to contribute. You know, Moin Ali, Duck, Gaikwad one, Uttapa Raidu not converting after scoring 13. Even Raidu 13 of 21, man. That's not the way to
yeah.
go. That put more pressure on the middle order. So it's not just Dhoni. It's like CSK right now are in trouble, and it's good that Sunrise is not the only team who are being laughed at now.
E-
CSK.
Even Mumbai is in your fight.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
would love to see criticisms of these teams, Chennai, Mumbai, but we hardly see them. They always lose, they always win, right? So we hardly see criticism. So
yeah.
it'll be fun to see some
But
criticism.
Mumbai lost 2-2, and no one is talking about it. So
Mumbai lost 2-2.
uh,
The
yeah,
two, they've also made mistakes. Chennai made mistakes. It looks like the newer teams and fresh teams like Punjab and stuff are doing better now. Let's see. It's still a long tournament.
yeah.
Punter Singh, match referee changing the time of spraying chemicals due to which no due. How is that going to affect the future tosses? That might. I just feel that is luck. If there's actual chemical to do that, then why don't you do it every single game?
Yeah,
Right?
right.
I don't know if that's a new thing that they invented, then it'll affect tosses. Then batting first. If the pitch starts to wear and stuff, you'd like to bat first. But I don't know if the spray was just there's no dew, luckily, or if there's actually spray to avoid dew. I don't know.
And remember, it's punter, so half baked thing.
Yeah, I'm not 100% because
Yeah,
they do spray chemicals. Okay, he's saying they change the time, but they do spray chemicals. That doesn't mean it
before
always.
we called him, we are changing.
Like,
So no due. It's
well,
always fun to pull punter leg because he gives good replies after in the comments.
but they're saying earlier they used to spray around 12. Now they're spraying at 5. 12?
12
Bro,
p.m. 12 p.m.
12.
12
12, the
p.m.
game is done.
No, he's saying 12 p.m. they used to spray on the ground. Now
Oh,
they do at 5 p.m.
okay. He's saying listen to the commentators. Now they're spraying at 5. I don't know, man. 12 p.m.
Listening to a guy Chopra and all these
I
guys.
honestly don't know. I didn't listen to that part. So
Yeah.
I if
But
it's
by
working.
cutting some slack, Ramzan going on, man.
No, but listen, even if there is a spray, Ashish, even if there is a spray, if they're changing the time, if it works, that's good. But at the
Yeah.
same time, I don't know, man. It's like they could have figured this out before. Why they're figuring it out like in the IPL? There's like freaking whole World Cup wasted due to toss.
Yeah, I think India has the technology. They don't want to give just like DRS to anyone.
Yeah. If it's working, it's good, but I don't know, like, why couldn't this figure this out before? Because we've had so many matches get screwed. Um, but yeah, you didn't notice any dew in the second half. You didn't notice.
No, I heard also like after Chris Jordan's interview, and he said like there's no due as of now. But in the two days ago, I remember someone was going for the catch, and when he slided, like there was whole splash of water. So there was amazing, like a lot of dew on there. But today
Yeah.
I didn't see because you didn't see the towels out in the first inning itself. We see the towels out and everyone's trying to dry the ball, but I didn't see anything going on today. So there was no dew today. So I think over the next few days will be more clear, like if there's going to be dew or not. But it totally depends on the day the game is being played, and it'll affect tosses for sure. And
The dew or the spray?
I think the dew will affect the tosses, not the spray.
No, if the spray is working, then that'll also affect. But
It's a magic spray, right? It's just like they use it on the hands, and the
no,
batsman.
I'm excited about the spray. If it works, like, then
We have something in the evening to talk about now.
yeah. But also, did you notice yesterday both teams batting first won the game?
Yeah.
It might be the magic spray, but
Yeah, that's
it's
what I'm
good.
saying.
It's
Like
good to see.
Jadeja fall to the trap that he thought they'll be due, but because it'll be easy to chase.
But I felt
Yeah,
I felt there was dew in the Delhi game, man. It's just they threw it away.
yeah,
They threw it away. Ferguson, even the wicket he got of Akshar Patel, it was sliding down leg side. You could see it was slipping off, like from his release point.
yeah.
Uh, the day game, of course, there is less effect of dew, but the night
Yeah,
game,
they'll throw it up. But today, like it was just good bowling by Punjab, and I wasn't happy with the target because at one point we were going 10 and over, and we should have scored 200 plus.
yeah,
But scoring 180, Rabada coming off and scoring like in the last game, he showed he can bat, so he was promoted up the order, and
yeah.
he batted fluently. So that's a good sign for us that we have Rabada like who can bat even with Odin Smith and other guys. But we should have crossed 200 because it was the chase was on because we know CSK they if they want to go back on track, this is the games these guys win every time.
Yep.
So it was, but we got prize packages in Weber, and then we just
Yeah, he
got
was
over the line.
brilliant. They
Yeah,
were brilliant, and it's good to see him perform. And yeah, your player of the match, Liam Livingstone.
yeah, hands down.
I agree with that as well. And tomorrow is Lucknow Super Giants versus Sunrisers Hyderabad. KL Rahul, Quinton de Kock versus Kane Williamson, Nicholas Puran. Your players to watch out for: Nicholas Puran, of course, and
Of
Markram.
course, because
Markram.
you already mentioned Nicholas Puran. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
how do you see this game panning out? Lucknow looking very strong on paper, and now I don't know if Holder and Stoinis are back. I think Stoinis still has to play the T20. Is he going to play the
I
T20?
think T20 is on the third, so today or tomorrow. Tomorrow he's gonna play.
So he's not. He might not be there tomorrow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's
So
gonna play.
okay, and then they're waiting on Holder as
Yeah,
well. But otherwise, still a very good team. KL Rahul and Quinton at the top, solid, and you have Deepak Huda, Krunal Pandya, and Baldoni as well, youngster smashing
yeah.
it. Yeah. So your thoughts on this Lucknow team?
So Lucknow is one of the teams which are contenders for the title this season. They are like in top four
Yeah.
because they have a very balanced unit. Apart from the first game, they lost to Gujarat Titans. They just threw it away, but they bounced back, and you see like they got all the areas covered. The all rounders, the bowlers, even KL Rahul at the bat. Like he was brilliant last game as well. He was just going on, and if Quinton de Kock and KL Rahul fire again, just like they did in the last game, you'll see a big score. They'll set up a big score. They'll chase down a big score. So it's a very good side. And sadly for SRH, like it's just one or two guys. They have if they win it on the day, they win it on the day because you don't have Rashid Khan to control the scores, and you don't have other guys like Bairstow to just go up and like kill it for them. So and Warner as well. So RSH I'm not inclined towards. So I'll just bet on Lucknow tomorrow.
Lucknow, yeah, I mean, this Lucknow team is going to be tough to beat, but you have to back the boys, you have to back the youngsters, and go out with a bang. I'm really excited to see Umran Malik again. He's someone who can get hit for 50, 60 runs in his spell. He can also pick up wickets in his spell, so it'll be exciting. He's not. It's not like he's going to destroy every batting opposition. He's going to get hit as well because they're going to use the pace. We saw Butler, play some good shots, but I'm excited to watch him. Excited to watch Nicholas Puran if he performs. Aiden Markram, Washington Sundar as well, man. He's been good with the bat, but with the ball, he has to step up because he got hit. And you're replacing someone like Rashid Khan. And yeah, look, what you mentioned was absolutely right. And that's why Sunrisers have been very consistent. They did have a bad season last year with all these players. But you're right. In terms of experience, they don't have that. So it's going to be a learning curve. And that's where Williamson will be very important, the way he guides the youngsters and the way they play. I think in the opening order, I would like to see a change there. Maybe get in either Tripathi to open with Williamson or even a Washington Sundar if you want to have left hand, right hand. But I would just go with your openers. You have Tripathi there, why not, right? Play with the pinch hitting role can work, and I won't be surprised if it does. If Abhishek Sharma, if he does perform well at times, but consistency might be lacking there.
Yeah, I think Sundar should open because we saw in the last game he was hitting it clean, and it was just too late for him to just do anything. But he was trying his best. Sundar has
The only
played.
thing there is then you need Washington, then you need Abhishek Sharma to repeat what Washington Sundar did. Like not repeat exactly, but
Like,
finish off
but
things.
you have finishers in Abdul Samad, and
Yeah,
Abhishek Sharma can like just sit between Nicholas Puran and Samad and can
yeah.
play that role. And you can push up like Kane Williamson, Washington Sundar, and then comes the other player. What you just call the name? I forgot.
Abhishek Sharma,
No, not the other one.
Umran Malik,
The batsman. I just forgot.
Puran, Markram,
Tripathi. Tripathi.
Tripathi.
Yeah.
Tripathi.
So one can Tripathi can play there. So I think this will be a more balanced side in that way because you want someone on the top to be responsible, another guy taking the risk. So Sundar can be that guy because he has a very good hand-eye coordination and he can bat. We know all that. So um, I think SRH has to be smart in winning their games. They have to plan, and the plan has to be executed on the ground because these guys are fairly new or the young boys. They have to be smart with their games if they have to win. Otherwise, other teams are more solid looking. Even it on the paper or on the ground. The other teams are much better looking apart from CSK and MI. So,
You
so
wanna, you wanna, you wanna hear a joke?
yeah,
Montessori doesn't mind losing at all. You don't have a comment, he doesn't-
I read that. I read that. That's why I was laughing. And then he's like, I don't know why it's funny. So, so
Oh, that's why you're laughing. I just read it. He
yeah,
doesn't mind losing at all.
yeah.
He might
He,
not, but I'm sure Rohit Sharma and the
he doesn't
boys
mind
won't be happy.
losing.
Mukesh Ambani, Neeta Ambani won't be happy with losing, and they'll want to pick it up. But it's
So,
fun
so
to
that,
see,
that
right?
that's the part of Mumbai Indian fans, the denial part. So now he's in denial that we don't mind anything. It's okay. It happens. It's the game. But once they win the one game, they'll come back with show all their colors. Oh yes, we are fans. We want to see what happens. So that's how they change. This change so rapidly.
Yeah, and yeah, it's fun to see. It's fun to see, like teams who normally are successful, they're not really winning right now, and they're under pressure. Let's see if they can turn it around. They have it in them,
Yeah.
but yeah, even with Sunrisers, man, it's going to be interesting. It'll be exciting to see. I like it's you saw in that last game, right? Like the youngsters got under pressure and suddenly think, but you still have talent over there. It's about utilizing, like you said, playing a smart cricket. But this Lucknow team, which player are you watching out for?
I think Quinton de Kock because he's an amazing batsman. Once he start going, and then you can just relax and see amazing shots he plays. So that's one guy to watch out for. And for SRH, that's the guy you want to get out because in Rahul you can always put him in pressure and you can slow down that scoring rate.
Yeah.
So I think Quinton de Kock is the guy to like just sit and watch or just see his back as a search fan.
Bhuvneshwar Kumar versus Quinton and Rahul will be a key battle over there in the power play. If you can get them out early, it'll really help them. But it's also, I think, with SRH finishing off as well, like death overs as well, bowl. be a bit more sensible. How does Kane Williamson go about it? I felt that he could have used the likes of Markram a bit, and changed his bowling a bit more
Yeah.
than he did in the last game. And and spinners again, like you said, Washington Sundar and Abhishek Sharma, that will be key. In the middle order, you still have Deepak Huda, you have Krunal Pandya, you have Batoni now, so you
Yeah.
have options for Lucknow. So they do bat deep. Uh,
Yeah.
Daniel is saying I'm feeling an SRH win tomorrow. I hope so. I hope so. SRH win tomorrow and get off the mark. It's hoping to see a good game as well. Exciting game. Will Puran fire tomorrow?
I just want him to take one single and get off the mark first.
Yeah, I'll tell you a very interesting fact. Like in the last season, and you can add yesterday's game. I mean, the last game as well. His average is 7, bro.
He was in my team.
His average is
I
7.
know.
But
When he was
don't know.
dropping for like so many crores, I was like, I'm more than happy. I'm like, yes, you just did
I
yourself.
believe in him. I believe him. I don't know when he's gonna fire, but I just believe in him. I like the way he's behind the stumps as well. He's chirpy. Even if you see when they have the practice games and all that, he's geeing up. He's providing the banter. He's that guy who can keep the team alive, and I think he's the one who can charge up these youngsters as well. So I think his presence will be important. He's an experienced player for West Indies now as well. Of course, you want him to perform for the bat. All these things won't matter if he doesn't perform with the bat. But I just feel his presence it's been a positive in terms of off the field stuff for Sunrisers.
Yeah, and I hope as well, like he fires because he's an amazing player, and you need Nicholas Puran to fire and or be consistent in every game by scoring runs in order to have SRH any chance of winning, because around him is all young guys, and on the top is Kane Williamson. So he's the I think leader in the batting, but Kane Williamson is there, but still in the middle order he's the key for success of SRH. So let's hope tomorrow he just shows why SRH paid so much money for him.
Yeah,
bring it home.
100%. It's going to be a good game. You're going with Lucknow.
We go with Lucknow because they have Huda, who's also in an amazing form, and he contributes to the ball as well.
It's good to see the Huda and Pandya friendship back at it.
we saw Ricky Ponting and Harbhajan hugging it out on the field after a catch.
IPL does strange things.
Yeah,
IPL does strange things. So it's good to see them there. And I think the only thing with Lucknow is that maybe target their bowling a bit before Holder comes. The death bowling can be targeted in particular. Also, Avesh Khan, how he performs will be key. He doesn't have Rabada and Nokia now, so I'm let's see how he performs this season. He's been decent so far, but let's see how it goes from Lucknow side of things.
Yeah, and what
do you think? Bishnoy as well, right?
They have Bishnoy as well. What about
he always does well against Sunrisers, always.
Yeah. So what do you think? Is SRH better setting a target, or they are better off chasing the target?
That's a very good question. I would always say chasing, but the thing is, look, there's two things to it, right? If you chase, then you lose a lot of wickets in the power play. You're under pressure. Yeah. If you're setting a target and then your death bowling will get under pressure as well. I still feel maybe setting a target, but I don't know, man. It can go either way.
Yeah, but I feel chasing is much better because then the guys like Puran, Abdul Samad, Abhishek Sharma.
It depends on the dew also, right? Yeah. If there's dew available, if it's a good batting wicket. But I was expecting them to get close to 200 in that last game. I was disappointed they didn't get close. The way Washington Sundar played, I felt that that's how they should have played from the start.
Yeah. So I was just saying, so these guys can change their game and they know what they have to get, right? And Kane Williamson on the top can just be the anchor of the innings and just stay in there playing around with these guys. Then chasing becomes important. And it's more possible because the way you plan, for me, I'll plan like this way. Okay, we have 180 to chase. Williamson will play like the anchor role. I don't mind 120 strike rate for him. And other guys, Sundar, Abdul Samad, Nicholas Puran, Abhishek Sharma, Tripathi, these guys coming in and just playing their natural game. So that gives them at least a chance to win the game.
That's a very good point. Actually, the middle order now is actually a bit more strengthened in terms of they have more personnel in that middle order. Before it
Yeah,
was weaker, I felt, with Manish Pandey and Vijay Shankar there. But now I think that middle order, it's there is people there who can hit. Now it's just expecting
yeah,
them to hit, right? You want Puran and Markram to perform. Will they or won't they? But at least you can go with that mindset. Kane Williamson, I felt he was a bit tentative. If you saw him in that first game, he felt that maybe he needs to battle the end. But now seeing that, you have Sundar batting there at 6-7, you have even Romario Shepherd can hit a few sixes. So you have batting till 7-8. I think that can free up Williamson as well, and they can change the approach even while chasing.
yeah. So I just hope like SRH chases tomorrow, because with the bowling you can be like, okay, one bowler got hit, like just for example, Shivam Dubey
Yeah,
got hit against in the Chennai game, right? One over
yeah,
and the whole game was changed.
yeah.
So that's also a
Shivam
point.
Dubey.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but hopefully we will get to see a good game, and hopefully we get to see Sunrisers win. If not, then we move on to the next game, right? Always,
But
you,
always, you don't even mind losing, right?
yeah, it's good. I mean, yeah, I don't mind losing. I'm used to
Yeah.
it now. It becomes a thing. I think, hopefully, hopefully it's a win. But if not, we know we saw what happened at Old Trafford yesterday. So, any
Yeah.
bold predictions for tomorrow? Daniel is asking Ashish, come on, bold predictions.
I feel Lucknow wins. A
Bold,
simple
bold.
was bold prediction. I made a bold
I'll
prediction
give you.
yesterday
I'll
that
give you, and you
Livingstone
follow.
will kill it. So he killed it. I just make predictions for myself.
I'll give you a bold prediction.
Yeah, just say Nicholas Purim with 100. So that's it.
Yeah, no, I'll give you. Nicholas Puran is going to hit
Yeah.
Vishnoi for three sixes and over. That's a bold
In an
prediction.
over or like in total overs?
In and over.
In an
That's a
over.
bold prediction. That's a.
Okay.
It means a risky prediction, not something like.
No, I give a like it's a
Not like Livingstone's going to hit. We know he's going to hit.
no. You didn't know that. You didn't know. You were replacing him with. I said no. He's gonna hit it, and he hit and he performed
Yeah,
on.
that's always prediction. We need like bold, like risky, Uh,
Okay, KL Rahul going out for a duck.
yeah, that's a good one. Then I think
I
Williams
just said I
scores
just said
under
it just to make you happy. Otherwise,
10.
I wanted to score.
Then I think Williamson scores under 10. Yeah, that's bold prediction as well. He did in the last game, so
Is
but
he supporting Hyderabad or no?
he's an RCB fan.
But he said he had a feeling of SRH win tomorrow.
Yeah,
If
yeah, but
if game scores under 10, then
I
you
think he's
should
just
have.
doing that for me, but he's an RCB
Yeah.
fan. He's big
Okay,
RCB fan. But yeah.
that's good. I follow RCB. It's my second team.
Second team RCB, yeah. Let's go. And yeah, we'll have to talk about this. I mean, I'm taking too much of your time, but we need to discuss like how Virat Kohli gets criticized for his captaincy when RCB lose, and Rohit Sharma hasn't been criticized yet. So we'll talk about that.
Oh, it's all about the money. That's right.
But yeah, let's see how it goes tomorrow. Thank you so much for joining me, Ashish. Daniel, we'll hopefully start the podcast after the game tomorrow. That's what we start, maybe 20-30 minutes after. But that's what we're thinking. We don't have a set time, but it's normally around this time every day.
Yeah.
And yeah, everyone, I hope you guys like the show. Please like and subscribe, and we will catch you tomorrow. Thanks, Ashish, for joining, man, and congratulations.